Give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS on down. Shalom to the sincere brothers out there, to the hopeful elect. Shalom. And shalom to you sisters and ribs out there that's learning in silence and staying in order. Right, I was, once in a while, I scroll through Facebook, it's vexing. Nonetheless, I saw this post, right? I'm going to read it to you, right? As you can see, spanking a child is assault. It's dysfunctional and abusive, right? So we know that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai put the curses on Israel, right? And it wasn't something light, man. We got put through hell. Because we know that Esau is a whooping stick, right? So are you saying that the Lord is abusive and dysfunctional? Right? This is, by the way, this is a woman saying this. I'm not going to put her name out there. You know what I mean? Because, just for edification purposes only. Right? It says, you become frustrated and release your frustrations by causing physical pain and mental damage to the most important thing to you, right? Because we know that, mental anguish and stricken with madness is given of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? I don't know what the hell is, these people out here, man. This is why Facebook is vexing, man. And I try to stay off of it, especially, I got two Facebooks. One of this old, and one is Hebrew. What you would call Hebrew related. Mostly all Hebrew Israelites in there. That believe that they're in the truth. Those that's the one that's most vexing. You got all kinds of doctrines in there. But anyways, this is what people teaching, man. This is the madness that Babylon's philosophy gave you, that you shouldn't whip your kid because it's mental health. Yet they're whipping the shit out of you on the streets, right? They hunt us. They hunt us in our steps. These are These are the police is the new KKK, man. Right? You're perpetuating what Babylon told you was abusive, yet you're not recognizing, the abuse, within the system, right? But that's besides the point. I don't want to sidetrack, right? We're talking about spanking your child and disciplining your child, right? It says here, you become frustrated and release your frustrations by causing physical pain and mental damage to the most important thing to you. It's idiotic, right? This person says, to think a spanking is an effective tool. Come on, man. We're going to get those scriptures in a minute. It causes a child to fear you, not respect you. It causes a child to believe. Well, wait, it says it causes a child to fear you. Does not the scripture say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom? Don't you want to be wise? Or you want to be foolish in your own understanding? Right? These women operate under emotions, right? The heart is wicked. The heart is the heart is wicked, above all things. And Salaki, I'm paraphrasing it, but you know what I'm talking about. It's idiotic to think a spanking is an effective tool. It causes a child to fear you, not respect you. It causes a child to believe that when you don't get your way, you hit to get satisfactory results. It perpetuates a slavery mentality. Wow. Telling your kid that he shouldn't do this, and if your kid continues to do it and you spank him to correct him, is considered slavery? Back in the days, if a child was, overly, uncontrollable, where he couldn't be spanked, he couldn't be disciplined, he would be stoned to death according to the law, right? So it causes a child to believe that when you don't get your way, you hit to get satisfactory results, it perpetuates a slavery mentality, right? And who taught you that? Esau, Edom, who put you in captivity and slavery and still has you subjugated. That tells you that hitting your kid is slavery. Come on, man. Anyway, it says, if you beat your child as a disciplinary action, stop. Be a parent and find a better way to communicate than hitting. Let's argue. Now, this is a female, and I think she has a husband. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? This is actually a repost of somebody reposting this person's page. So I don't have this original person as a friend. It was reposted by a friend of mine. So yeah. Anyways, this is the pictures they put up. I'm not gonna go into the comment section because there's names on there, right? This is a picture that they have. They have a belt, a crying child. Now, I do believe there's a difference between abuse and discipline. There definitely is, man. Don't try to blur that line. They're two separate things, right? I'm not with abuse. I'm not with, beating kids for no reason just because, you want to, flex your ego or whatever, right? There are abusive people out there. We're talking about disciplinary purposes here. And these pictures are not, I have a 2-year-old, right? I have a 2-year-old. I don't think I've spanked him. I don't believe I've ever spanked him. I'm not saying that I won't spank him, but he fears my voice enough to listen. See what I'm saying? I haven't had the need to spank him. See, there's levels to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, your words, at 2 years old should be plenty. You know what I mean? They're at a learning stage, Who's to say when he turns 10, he does things out, I might have to, give him a spanking. I would. As of right now, I haven't. I'm not against it, right? So I wanted to pull up a few scriptures that, I was reading on this, and y'all can follow through with it. Go to the book of Joshua 24. It says, if it seemed evil unto you to serve Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, choose you this day whom ye will serve. Right? If it's evil that if you don't like the way the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai does things, then serve who you want to serve then. Right? We ain't gonna beat you over the head, nothing like that. It says, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, right? They caused the flood, from wickedness that was going on before the flood, right? Or the gods of the Amorites in whose the land ye dwelt, right? If you want to worship the gods of the land that you live in, just because you live in that land, if you want to follow Babylon's philosophies, right? That's on you, man. Do that, man. Right? But as for me and my house, we will serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Right? So these people are following, the gods of the land, man, the kings of the land, right? But we know that Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai does not have a problem with chastising your kids, man. Check this out. It's Proverbs chapter 13, 24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son, right? Because if your son's acting up to a point where you can't tell him nothing, and you just, you ain't gonna spank him, or like, correct him in a manly, corrective way, man. Sometimes you gotta whoop him, right? Then you hate your own kid, man, because you're just gonna let him destroy himself. You're responsible for that child, so long as he's a child of yours. You know what I mean? Until he gets married, and he becomes his own man. He says, he that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth his son chastise him betimes. Many times, man. As needed. That kid's gonna straighten out, man. I don't know a lot of children out there who got disciplined by spanking that turned out bad. These are some of the most respectful people, that's walking around the streets right now. Granted that some of them are uncontrollable, even if they got spanked, but, that was their lot, man. But, their parents tried to chastise them. But there's a lot of people who's been chastised and are the most respectful people on earth, man. Go to the book of Sirach, chapter 30. Also known as Ecclesiasticus. Start at verse 1. It says, he that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod. It says often to feel the rod. The rod, Salakia. Right? Often, man. He that loveth his son causeth him often to feel the rod, man. As needed. Right? That he may have joy of him in the end. Right? Because when a kid gets chastised, he does what? Comes back to you and says, sorry, Father. He respects you, and he said he wants to please you because he does not want to get chastised by you because he knows you're doing it for a purpose, man, which is love, man. Correctiveness. Right? You're going to let Babylon, Esau, tell you how to raise your children. Have you seen how the Edomites talk to their mothers and their fathers, man? I know you see videos. You look at the video like, man, if that was my kid, bro, I'd smack the shit, Because they're out of order, man. How you don't even want to enjoy that person. That kid, most of the Edomites that treat their parents like that hate their parents, man. And they hate them because they never gave them the rod, man. They've been sparing the rod. And they hate them for that because children yearn to be chastised, man. And so do the hopeful elect have recognized their chastisement and they return to the Lord. Right? The people in the truth that know the truth right now recognize that they've been chastised and they love the Father so much that they change their life, man. And we give all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for that, man. For waking us up. For showing us that we've been spanked. It's time to come home. The street lights came on. It's time to come home. Right? Verse 2. He that chastises his son shall have joy in him and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintances. Right? Who the hell wants to bring a fucking kid that's touching everything all over people's houses? When you bring them over, they touching, they're knocking shit over, they're kicking a dog. Nobody wants you at the house. Nobody wants to invite you nowhere. Because you ain't going to say shit to that kid, man. Nah, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. My son's going to know, man. Don't touch nothing. Sit down. Greet the people. Be respectful. Don't be walking around. Ain't nobody want your fucking dusty kid around kicking furniture, bringing dirt in, running around the house, knocking shit over. Right? He that chastises his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintances. Verse 3. He that teaches his son grieveth the enemy. Right? And we could take it in a large scale, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua done woke us up to who we are, right? And now, what we're doing, we're teaching, we're changing our lives, and we're teaching other children, hey, come back to the Father, man. You've been chastised, man. It's time to come home. You've been lost. You're out of it, man. He that teaches his son grieveth the enemy, right? Because now this truth is being perpetuated, and Esau is scrambling, man. Because now, according to the prophecies, that his time is short because we're waking up, right? Because we recognize our chastisement, right? That we coming home, and he's scared, man. He that teaches his son grieveth the enemy. Look at how many so-called power moves Esau's making, to the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, obviously, because the prophecies are, just rolling through. Is the year of the prophecies, right? The year of the turn up. You can see it all around you, right? He that teaches his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Man, I know a brother, right, from Prisoners of Hope out here in Lowell, Massachusetts, man. and he has a son, and he teaches his son the law, statutes, and commandments, man. He's, an inspiration to me, physically, because I can see what he's doing, man. I've known this brother Banayan before the truth, and look at him now, man. The GMS, he learns under GMS. That's who, he's under. Who he learns under, and we so happen to link up, man, under the same umbrella, so to speak. And I'm seeing what he's doing with his son. He's in, and is inspiring, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen Israelite children out there, man, and it's a beautiful thing to bring them around other brothers and know that they in order. Especially with this truth, man. It's a beautiful thing, and we rejoice when we see things like that, right? Verse 3: He that teaches his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. I'm sure that man's smiling every time, brothers, give him the big ups, like, man, that's what's up, little man, Go to Hebrews chapter 12. Verse 6. Right? For whom the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai loveth, he chastise, right? If he didn't love you, then he wouldn't be whooping you. That should be a dusty, snotty nosed kids with your sneakers on backwards, dusty mattress, he'll just let you be, bro, because you're not of the fold, right? For whom the Lord loveth, he chastiseth, and scourgeth every son who he receiveth, right? Man, that's a beautiful thing, right? Verse 7: If ye endure chastening, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chastised not? But if ye be without chastisement, before of all are partakers, then what are ye? Bastards and not sons. Woo. We don't want to be bastards, man. But that's the whole point, man. If you're in this truth, you know what I mean? The correct doctrine, with the true names of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? We will serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, in every way. And we will do as the Lord will do unto us, man. We will teach these children, man. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.